Hi, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. This critique is armed color guard. Well, it says male color guard. Doesn't matter. Alrighty. Before we get started, let's have a look at the belts. You're wearing the the Air Force's ceremonial belts, which is fine. You're authorized to do so, but they are quite droopy for the bearers. And I know that since you're going to do at least the uncasing sequence, then you really have to have a little bit of leeway with the belts there, but that's way too much. All your belts should look like the left rifle guards. I'm so glad that you're using Air Force technique there with the left guard at left shoulder. That's really nice. And then the right hands should be at mouth level to cover your mouth instead of just below chin. So, but the harness sockets are much too low. You have harness crotch syndrome going on there. Definitely too low. Now, since you have such a different height, that's not a problem. So the belt should go. There's the first button, second, and third button. The belt should go in between the bottom two blouse buttons right there, and then the harness socket, the frame there, that rectangular frame that you have on these, perfect. These are the best harnesses. Honestly, they're really nice. You can then have the frame either at the belt or however much lower. So since you have that difference in height, then nobody expects you to have the harness sockets exactly at the same height. That's sometimes that's almost impossible. So slightly higher with the American harness socket, that's fine, not a problem. But they both really need to be several inches higher, and that will also help keep the flag out of your face. So slight phasing, stepping off there, not a solid start. Need to have a slight angle forward with both of the flagstaffs. That was really good, guards. So you didn't give that extra step in for. So almost it didn't give the extra step for the left rifle guard, bringing the hand up to come out to bring the rifle to port. So I would suggest doing that first, but then continue with your sequence there. That was good. However, you're grabbing too high, so your right forearm is at an angle. So what you need to do is grab so that your right forearm is horizontal. And you started off well, it looked like. Okay, so you faced. It's actually a face in march that you're going to do. It's a pivot on the right toe in either direction, but you're going to take that step out either to the right or step out to the left by pivoting on that right, actually the right platform, not the right toe, but nice and sharp. Oh, so you have, okay, they were not tied. Got it. Oh, you're in Texas. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh. What? is that a proud mom moment? And that's great. I really appreciate it. However, you missed the meat of crud. But yeah, hey, holding the sockets, or sorry, holding the cases really well. That's good. Thumb though, you got your thumb forward instead of pinned. So don't drop the right arm to execute the salute. The salute is actually executed by bringing the left over, grab the sling, salute, finish the salute by dropping. That's what you do. Then bring that right hand under and drop the left. My trusty pink rag there. So swing those left arms though. So a little bit of a procedural problem there. The keepers of the belts need to be, yeah, those belts need to be much, much tighter. But the keepers, those metal tabs, need to be an inch away from the belt buckle. Nice job. Close all of your fingers and then tuck your gloves as well. Fold the wrist of the glove in so you have the kind of like a Mickey Mouse type of look. And remember, slight angle forward with the I want to look at the technique here. Hold on. So I'm looking at the right shoulder of the right rifle guard. So maybe pushed forward. I'm not exactly sure. So here's what I was looking for. So you have the rifle. You have the shoulder here and the rifle just before present. The shoulder looks to be square. Both shoulders square and set right. But then as the guard goes to, I'm not sure if I saw this or not. It could be a clothing issue, just with the patch moving forward, which is not a big deal. But what we don't want is a push forward of the shoulder so that there's a strain, and so there is kind of a strain also. So both of the guards here are inconsistent with their right hand. So let me show you something here. So you can see the angle. Look at the right rifle guard. See the angle, the wrist here, and then the hand. There's an angle in between, and there shouldn't be. Well, actually, there doesn't have to be. So this is present, okay, just like this. So there doesn't have to be an extreme angle, and it looks like it might be a little bit of an extreme angle. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to show you this. This should be present arms, and that should be both. Then the left rifle guard looks to be pushing that hand out to try and wrap completely around. Right rifle guard has the right concept of you just wrap your fingers as much as they will go, and you don't try and hold the entire small of the stock in the right hand. Now also it looks like, and I see the reason why I think the right rifle guard is pushing that shoulder forward is to get the rifle down a little lower so that the front sight is at eye level, and that's not necessary at all. If you don't have the height, or actually it's not necessarily a bodily height, it's more of torso height, torso length. So if your torso is a little shorter, legs are a little longer, but you and the commander are almost same height, getting pretty close, but the commander might have a longer torso and shorter legs, or equal-ish. So it's all a matter of proportion here, and if you can't bring Here, let me use my 1903. So if you can't bring the front sight to eye level like this, if you can't do that without some kind of contortion in your body, then don't. As long as you're gripping the rifle properly with both hands, then you're fine. Leave it wherever it rests. Don't strain. Don't try and push your arm out as much as possible, kind of locking that into a kind of a ruler straight position, and definitely don't bend the shoulder down. Don't push it forward. So not exactly sure. If I was there in person, then I'd be able to tell much better. But anyway. So interestingly, flags for the military need to be 3x4 and not 3x5. These are 3x5 flags, so it's fairly usual for that is a typical colors reverse. You did fine on that. Tuck the elbow into the side, left guard and right guard. Tuck it into the side. Don't want to see any daylight. Remember, close those fingers. You're marching with suspended arm swing and you're doing well. That's really nice. The hand isn't traveling forward ish with the left guard, just a little bit. So hand needs to be just staying right there in space. Don't angle the rifle forward for that order. I'm going to go back here. So typical colors reverse. All right, so Commander, you moved the wrong way. So colors reverse requires you to take a left face in march while you're marching. You're moving to the left. You're not rotating. Everybody's not rotating around you. Everybody is actually switching places. It's not an exact switch because you fall short, probably anywhere from 4 to 6 inches, but you actually do switch places. So the you're with. Look at my. I'll make a note. Colors reverse. I'll put a link to the video below. You'll see it. But what I was saying about colors reverse is that you're typically flanking, and colors reverse is a series of faces and marching. So, and here you stopped, not necessarily and see how I meant with the rifle angle? Don't angle the rifle out. Don't flare it out like that and then bring it back. It's just a straight come down to order. You're not authorized to use ceremonial movements in competition, which is why some schools don't actually go to competitions. They do all kinds of other stuff, performances, and because they use ceremonial technique and they use it exclusively. So anyway, inconsistent spacing here at the halt, and then also it looks like inconsistent alignment as well. It looks like right rifle guard is completely behind the rest of the team. So the end step, the last step you're taking in the direction, it looks like that was a bit of an issue there. So let's go there. Well, that's interesting. I don't know what happened. The end step looked to be all okay. So, what are you doing for order there, color bearers? Oh, I see. So, typical order is to come out and then down, and not move the left all that much. So, out, left hand down here, and then down. So the right hand moves more. You're not going to reach up and then pull the flag staff down. It's just much easier down, and then let the staff slide, grab, and cut away with the guards. You can make it have a little bit of a pause in there in this position instead of coming up and then over. And I get why you come up and over. You want to have better timing with the guards, and you can do that too. I'm not averse to that at all. But remember, guards, when you come to order, then all three toes aligned, rifle grounded up against the shoe. So you can't look down, color bearers. You can't look down. You need to bring the staff up. And then this left hand can be on the harness socket. You feel for the ferrule coming in, like this. All right. You feel for the ferrule coming in, and then you can seat it properly. So, what was I? Oh yes. So the cases. The cases really need to be squared off at the top, squared off completely at the bottom, but then they need to be tucked into the belt like this. If my hands are the belt, this is the case. You're not supposed to drape the case over the belt like this. You're supposed to tuck the case into the belt. This is into, and this is tuck the case over. So Training Circular 3-21.5 says tuck the case into. And that goes with Marine Corps color guards. I know the Marine Corps order doesn't say anything about cases because carrying cases with you is unprofessional. However, we're not concerned about that. We're concerned about a competition. Training Circular says tuck the case into the belt. This is how you tuck the case into the belt. Only the belt is showing out up front, and then part of the case is at the top and the bottom. Squared off. No, the tip that goes over the finial, you don't see that, and you don't see strings either. And you probably took those out, which is probably a good idea. So your start off there for forward march, that, see how there was such it was different. A lack of maybe concentration. But Commander, I think your voice needs to be louder. Now, you could be loud and the wind is just taking it away from the camera microphone, and I get that. It's probably, could be the case there. But honestly, I think your voice needs to be louder and create a better tempo. So right rifle guard, it looks like you are marching in a slight arc forward, which means the whole team, you're right rifle guard here, but you're marching around like that. Now, it's not that extreme, but what you want to do is stay right there so that the team pivots around you. And same with left rifle guard, same concept for the left wheel. But I would think that yeah, I can hear you a little bit. That was good. But belt those commands out. And so you see here where spacing is inconsistent. You need to march at close interval. Mark time height was good, pretty consistent throughout the whole performance. But I know that the wind is probably wreaking havoc a little bit, but as State Bearer brought the flag forward, noticed how he kind of moved out of position there. Could be a wind thing, but you really have to be consistent with your spacing at all times. March and stand at close interval only. Good. Strange thing about the Air Force is that we say color guard halt. which is kind of a drag. And you want the rifle to be a 4-inch distance from the breastbone. So average man's fist is about 4 inches, about. So got to have that 4-inch distance there. So yeah, you're stepping forward a little bit. I watch that. That's what it is. Okay, so I thought I might have seen it the other time you halted just before the parade rest, but I see it now. So Commander, you're taking a little bit bigger end step. So as you're marching forward, you're giving colors, halt, and then so it's just a little bit bigger than the rest of the team, which is putting you out of alignment with the rest of the team, or making them out of alignment with you, however you want to look at it. So the end step for everybody needs to be consistent, needs to be the same. It should be a 24-inch step. So there you go. All right, so I hope that my 21-minute critique for a 5.5-minute video is helpful for you. And again, just like the armed reg sequence, if you have questions, if you want to work, then let's do it. All right. Thank you very much for watching.